101 of That Dad Guy answers. It is also January 13th, 2024. Today was supposed to be a snowstorm. Well, it didn't happen. Went from 10 to 15 centimeters down to 1 to 3 centimeters, and then maybe 2 to 4 millimeters of rain. We haven't seen any of it yet. It might still come this afternoon. It might. It's 2:30 now. Nothing's happened. I did go to a stamp show today, so I'm going to show you a video of that later on. Stamp show on a budget, we're going to call it, I think. I managed to stay within my budget. Put that down a little bit. I wasn't sure what time I was going to get on. Normally, of course, I do this live video earlier in the morning. Last week I said I was going to try to do it a little bit later today with the stamp show. It is this time of day that I'm going to try it. 2:30. Let's see who is on. I know people in Australia and New Zealand, it is going to be late for them, so they're probably not on. It is middle of the morning for those on the Pacific Coast in Canada and in the United States, so maybe they're on. We'll see. We'll give it a shot, see who shows up. Hello, Amber in Missouri. You're on. That's good. Good afternoon as well. So yeah, I got some great stamp things to show you. Some of them I'm going to show you in the stamp video about the stamp show. Others I will hold off and show you in a future video. And others I got as a result of what I've been doing for Stamp of the Month. Where were you, Amber, that you just got home from? From the hospital? Because congratulations are in order to Amber. A new addition to the family. Very exciting. If you're just getting home from the hospital and coming on a live stream, that is dedication. So hopefully everybody is well. Yes, you had a baby. Congratulations, congratulations. It's very exciting. Yeah, what was I talking about before that? Got distracted with baby. Oh yes, videos that are upcoming. So stamp show video, I will put that together through today, hopefully be out later on tonight. Then what I got at the stamp show will come out in another video too, when more specific. We have a video for Stamp of the Month. Second part will be out this week, so that'll be exciting. Tomorrow is post-crossing stuff that I have to mail out, so I will do a video about post-crossing tomorrow. There we go. Well, I do appreciate it, Amber, that you decided to pop on because I was live. So I am sure you're exhausted, so I appreciate it very much that you're coming on and saying hello. Just had a message pop in. We'll just slide that off. My son is away at a basketball tournament this weekend, so they had 3 games and he's played 2 minutes, unfortunately. So not great time for him at it, but his team lost the first 2 games. They're currently winning in the 3rd game, so hopefully they pull out a win. It would be nice if he got on the court though and helped contribute. Oh, message just came in. They just lost the 3rd game, so oh well, that is very sad. At least the kids got to go out and play. At least some of them got to play. For us as parents, we love going to see Ari play, and when he gets the chance, he does very well. So it's a shame not to have him play, but it is also good for us not to have traveled all the way where he is, spent money on hotels and food and gasoline, and taken our whole weekend not to see him play at all. Yeah, better luck next time. He has a few more games, regular season games to play for his high school team. They have another away tournament, and then they're into playoffs for provincials here. So we'll see how they do. They're a strong team locally here, but playing against other teams outside the province or in other parts of the province too, they're tough matched up. He's got a really big tournament though coming up in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, that they're high school got invited to. They go for a whole week. They live in a high school there where they play games. It's the first time that their high school has been asked to play in a very long time. Maybe even ever, I'm not sure, since the start of this tournament. So it's a big deal that they're there. My daughter Dea is back at university in Montreal now, so we're kind of back in a regular routine. It feels pretty quiet in the house right now. It's just my wife and I here at Polo, of course, but he doesn't make a lot of noise or take up a lot of space. So today I got up and then I heard that this stamp show was taking place. My friend Kyler from Prince Edward Island let me know on a postcard last week that he was coming to town for this. So I reached out to him to see what time he was going to be there. He said the show started at 10. He was going to be there for 10. So that's what I did. I got up, I got cleaned up, had something to eat, and then met up with him, got to socialize, got to put some video stuff together while I was there, and found some pretty good deals on some stamps. So in the past, what I used to do is I used to go through my dad's stamp album, specifically the Canadian one, and write down the numbers of the ones that he was missing. This time I kind of had a focus on what kind of stamps I was looking for. One with ideas of stamp of the month, upcoming ones that are coming on, looking for ones in those to fill out the collection in order to make the videos a little nicer for you, that we have stamps to show. So I wanted to do that. And then as I was going through books and finding stamps, I was finding things that I was pretty sure that weren't in the collection, but couldn't guarantee they were, but they were things that I liked, so I wanted to grab those too. And then, yeah, found some fun things. My idea was to keep within a budget, first of all, to see how much you could get for that budget, because I know some stamps can be pretty pricey if you're a stamp collector. And if you're going in looking for early stamps like my father's collection, the ones that he's missing basically are the ones that are quite expensive. So that's why they're still missing. So I didn't want to go to a stamp show, buy one stamp, and that'd be it. What do we see? Can't wait to see what you got at the stamp show. It'll be a fun video. I hope it is. I was kind of disappointed that there weren't more people there, that the threat of a snowstorm kind of kept dealers and vendors away, as well as some people that would come in and participate as well. The one that I did last time in the spring that I showed you, it was a full room at least. All the tables were filled with stuff that you could go around and buy. There was a good number of people that came throughout the day. And this time wasn't quite as much. So you get a different kind of an experience. But I did get a list of upcoming shows that they're going to do as well too. So I look forward to going back again. How are you feeling, Amber, after the experience and being home again? How's the rest of your family also adjusting to a new addition? I can tell you the weather report, even though not everybody is here. Well, maybe everybody is here. The weather here, when I woke up, it was minus 11 degrees Celsius outside. It is warming up to about 3 degrees today. And like I said, there was winter storm warning, but it's kind of gone away. Nothing's coming this way. So winter is, even though we're having some cold days, and I did hear at the stamp show today, I haven't been able to verify it yet, but in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, it was minus 67 degrees, which was supposed to be the coldest place on record right now. Yeah, I haven't verified that, but that's what I was told. Amber says, I'm feeling pretty good for the most part. Everyone is excited he's home, and his big brother is already obsessed. Oh, that's great that he's already taken little brother under his wing and is getting ready to teach him all the things that he knows. It's fun. Yeah. Up there on the shelf, you see those yellow things? Those are my terrible towels from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tomorrow, the Pittsburgh Steelers are playing in the wild card game, so they're facing the tough opponent of the Buffalo Bills, so we will see how they do. And we've lost one of our key defenders in TJ Watt, so that's a bit of a bummer, but we will see. Neighbor says we have a real feel temperature of -11 Celsius right now. All right, so you know what it's like, or what it was like this morning. Yeah, make sure that baby is well bundled up for that cold temperature. It's been strange when I hear people giving reports of what the weather's like in their spots. Media in Helsinki in Finland, they've got tons of snow. They've had cold days. Here, we should have lots of snow. There isn't much. I can still see grass out there. We've had some cold days, but not as many as you normally would have. And we haven't had those cold stretches that have last for a week or two in a row. We have one cold day and then we have mild temperatures, and we have one cold day and then a couple days of mild temperatures. It's very hard to prepare for every day. Am I going to be in a heavy sweater today? Am I going to have a heavy jacket and gloves and stuff? Last Thursday when I delivered mail, I didn't wear gloves. I had the toque on, but not the really heavy toque that I normally wear. I didn't need a scarf. It was just mild. And I think we're a third of the way through winter already now. What's that going to be in store for us as we go forward? Does it mean there's going to be a bad month coming up where it's going to be heavy snow and cold? Or are we going to have a spring that's going to be different? Are we going to have a summer that's going to be all forest fires again like last year? I hope not. I hope this summer we actually get to have sunshine and heat, because we didn't have a lot of it this year. It was a lot of rain. No, Amber, you go do what you got to do with your family. I'm very happy that you joined on to say hello. Once again, congratulations on the new baby boy in your family. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, weather. We're going to talk about positive things for 2024. We are going to hope that, winter continues this way for us at least, and winter goes by without much in the way of snow and cold weather. That's positive for me. It's not great for people that want to be out snowmobiling or going skiing or snowshoeing or ice fishing or all those things. It's not great for them. But for me as the mailman being outside, I love it when there's not a lot of snow and a lot of cold weather. I am looking forward to a summer that is going to be beautiful, hot, and sunny, and maybe doing some experiences outside that I didn't get to do last year. My wife and I are also looking at doing a trip this year, just the two of us, because we both turned 50 in this calendar year. I just got a text message confirming from my son that they lost to the team they were playing. They were up the whole game until the last 3 minutes when they lost it. That's a shame. Oh. Merja from Finland, welcome. She can't stay for long as she's got to watch the live stream of Europeans ice free dance. The Finnish champions will skate in a few minutes. It's very exciting. Yeah, I understand, Merja, your priorities. You definitely have to be watching figure skating. It is your passion. And I appreciate you coming on and saying hello, though. And enjoy all the live streams going on. And hopefully your Finnish skaters do very well. I can say I don't know a lot about figure skating. We tune in to see who's competing for Canada when it comes to the Olympics and the Winter Olympics. But throughout the year, I don't watch a lot of it. My mother-in-law, though, does. She really enjoys it as well. Smokey's on. Howdy. We just got our first immeasurable snowfall of the year yesterday, about 3 inches. Well, Smokey, you can keep it. I know there are places out there that are getting snow, so if you've gotten a little bit of it, enjoy it if you want to. It would have been nice at Christmas time to have a white Christmas. We didn't have that this year. now that Christmas is done, we don't need the white stuff anymore either. And those of you who don't know who Snail Mail with Smokey is, you better go check out his YouTube channel. He is a fantastic one. We recently did a collaboration together called Stamp versus Stamp, which we're putting out a video every month that does different things. We've had an oddball one, first of all, to start, didn't we, Smokey? Where you basically had to watch both videos at the same time on 2 TVs to figure out what was going on. We got away from that in the second episode, which made it a little bit easier for people. They could watch my episode or your episode or one after the other, whichever, and they were much better. The last one we did, I gave him a year and a story why I was picking that year, and then he had to pick a stamp for it, and then talk a little bit about the stamp, or talk about why he picked the stamp, and then he did the exact same thing for me. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoy those stamp versus stamp videos. I'm enjoying talking about philately and stamp collecting with people again, getting more excited about showing things like my father's collection. We go through that. We've been going through the Canadian ones right now, but we will get into others. I've also started Stamp of the Month, which is a collaboration with Liverpool Stamps in Great Britain. We did a collaboration in 2023 for the Penny Red stamps. This month we are doing the Golden Jubilee from Queen Victoria, and there was a combination Jubilee stamp that's coming out for this week that I'll talk about too. And so I've even started to think about and collaborate with Liverpool Stamps for what we're going to do for February as well. So that's coming up. Smokey and I will talk about what we're going to do for February coming up, I'm sure. I'm enjoying doing a few collaborations to go along with all the regular stuff that I'm putting out. Smokey says, it's been an unusual winter here in Wisconsin. We had the first non-white Christmas in 10 years. Wow. Yeah, I think weather patterns are changing definitely around the world. We're not getting what we used to do. I took Friday off from work, yesterday off from work, because I was helping my mother with a few of her doctor's appointments that she needed help with. And we have my mother's currently in a wheelchair for most of the things that she needs to do because she had a fall and fractured her arm. So we were going to the hospital to get that x-rayed again and see how it was doing, which, skip ahead, I can tell you it went very well, healing very well. She should be able to get out of the wheelchair and have more mobility. So that was great. But the driver, we have a program called Wheels on Wheels. So they have a specialized minivan that comes and picks you up in your wheelchair that you can go, an ability transit bus, if you would. And our driver was originally from the Congo and has been in Canada for 15 years. When he first immigrated to Canada, he went to Saskatchewan. That was very cool. He and his wife lasted 4 years there before they decided to move to Manitoba, which is even colder. They lasted a year there, and then they moved to New Brunswick. So he has been happy with the weather so far here. So it was really interesting to hear his perspective of moving from Congo in Africa to Canada. Smokey says, the stamp versus stamp videos are some of my favorites to make. Working with you on them is always a lot of fun. I appreciate that. So much fun for me as well. Yeah, I always look forward to putting them together to figure out what we can do that's going to be fun. To going through and finding those stamps that don't always necessarily come from Canada. I like to pick countries that normally you don't see focused on. So that's exciting and hard to do sometimes too, to come up with a stamp that you've never seen before, or I don't know a lot about the country. And that's where the learning process comes in. So I think we kind of achieved that in the last video too. We didn't have a lot of stamps that were American or Canadian. I did break down and have one Canadian one in my stamp. Media says, here in southern Finland, we have about 20 centimeters of snow, and it's -9 and windy, a bit cold here. Yeah, you've got a lot down already. All the pictures I've been seeing, and you've had a lot of cold days, consistently cold days, compared to what we've had. Last year, I remember when we used to kind of compare our weather patterns. Finland and Canada, or my part of Canada, were pretty much the same. It was cold on the same days. We got snowstorms, similar amounts. This year, not so much. Last year, we didn't get a lot of snow either, but we had really cold days. It's not like, wasn't that long ago. I would say 4 years ago now, we used to get a snowstorm once a week. That would have been about 15 centimeters of snow once a week. The kids would have been out of school quite a bit for snow days. They did get a snow day last Wednesday. We didn't get a lot of snow, but they got a snow day. Canada Post closed. Now, it closed after I went out to deliver, so I actually finished my delivery day. But the urban letter carriers didn't go out at all. They just sorted the mail into their cases and then went home. But not too bad. All right, Medi is off to watch skating. Good luck to you guys. Enjoy the performance. So yeah, I think I remember maybe when I started doing YouTube videos again, I posted some videos with the amount of snow that was outside. There were some big piles on either side. I haven't had to do that recently. Certainly I would, if we had big snowfall again, I certainly would go out there and show you, because I know there are some people that tune in that live in areas that don't see snow at all. So it's kind of interesting to see what other places in the world look like. I was actually watching, I watch a YouTuber called Downey Live. He's from British Columbia. He mostly does train things, so it goes on different trains around the world, or transportations like vernaculars and things like that. Funiculars, so different types of train stuff. But this one, he was playing golf on the world's longest golf course, which was in Australia, and it spans about a quarter of the country. So you play one hole in one city, and then you drive like an hour, and then you play the next hole in the next city, and then drive an hour. And so it took him 3 days to complete 18 holes of golf. And he got to see kangaroos and emus and a dingo and a big spider. So it was quite interesting to see that video. Some of the YouTubers I used to watch, I'm not really watching as much anymore, so it kind of goes in waves. You find someone you like and you stick with it for a while. But if the content maybe is not getting new or doing new things, you get bored with it. I'm hoping my subscribers aren't finding the same thing with mine. That's why I try to mix it up a little bit. Adding in these lives I really like, because I get to communicate with you guys too. When you're able to type and ask questions, which today is That Dad Guy Answers. I don't think I've had a question yet. We've had a few people come on, but no questions. So that was one of the things that I talked about in the reformat. Well, one, whether or not That Dad Guy Answers should continue. Maybe it's run its course. Whether it should be live, or whether I should go back to you guys leaving questions and I answer them the following week, which allows more people that aren't necessarily on when I go live to participate. Sinasar, I'm not sure where you're from, but there is a question. Are you into politics? I mean, do you watch the news? Yeah, I do watch the news sometimes. I have a general idea of what's going on around the world. I used to be very involved in politics, Canadian politics, So when I was younger, I wanted to be a politician. I wanted to be prime minister at one point in time. I'd been asked to run in a riding when I was in university. I didn't do those things. I did help on political campaigns. My political leanings have certainly changed from when I was younger to when I am now. But I do like, you know, if you watch my videos, you know that I comment about Ukraine and hoping for peace there. I know what is going on with Israel and Palestine and the hornet's nest that's there, or what is now going on with British and American fighters. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are going on in the world that will make you sad. I don't think you can put your head in the sand and pretend it's not happening. But at the same point, I know you can't just consume all the negative news that's out there and hope to be positive about things too. So I try to find a balance between that. I don't outwardly go and try to consume all the negativity that's out there. I don't find that enjoyable. I like to know what's going on and to be able to talk about things. But at the same point, I like to have those breaks in reality. Right now, I've been binge watching the show Welcome to Wrexham on Disney Plus. I've been wanting to watch it for a while now. It has 2 seasons. If you don't know what Welcome to Wrexham is, it is Ryan Reynolds, the actor, and Rob McElhenney, who was also an actor. One's television, one's movies. And they bought the football club Wrexham in Wales. And so they did this in 2021. They bought the team. And so it is kind of their story of how the team's doing, what they have to do in order to pay the salaries, get the stadium back into working order, be a part of the community, help build it up. It's really fascinating. I really enjoy it. So I finished the first season. I'm into the second season now. Third season hasn't aired yet. So that's kind of one of the distractions that I like to go do. Now, before Christmas, I was saying, you know what I want to do? I want to read an hour every day. I still would love to do that, but I have found when I come home from work, if I'm not making content for YouTube, I'm watching TV again. So I need to find that balance between knowing what's going on in the world, watching television, doing YouTube, working with my family, going to work, and reading. And what I like to read too is nonfiction. Right now I'm reading a Jeffrey Archer book. So yeah. Am I into politics? There's your answer. Anybody else have a question? And Asina, where are you from? See, that's the great thing about you asking a question. I go off on these long tangents and fill it in. You're welcome. Iranian. All right, wonderful. And are you living in Iran now, or are you Iranian living elsewhere? So when it comes to politics and what's going on in the world, you're in the middle of it for sure. You're in New Brunswick. Well, okay, that's great. You're not too far away then. How are you enjoying living in Canada, especially living in New Brunswick? I hope people are making you feel welcome and that you've settled in. You're getting used to Canadian winter in New Brunswick. Canada is nice. Canadians are nicer. You've got a lot of Canada to explore too, so it'll take you a while to explore New Brunswick and see what's around here, but when you do, you'll want to go see the other provinces. You'll want to explore during the summer, not during the winter. There's tons of stuff to see, It's an amazingly beautiful country that I'm very happy to promote. That being said, I would love to travel the world and see other countries, because I'm sure that there are places in Iran that would be amazing to see too. The history that is there, that is it's just amazing. One of the other YouTube channels that I enjoy watching is called Yes Theory. If you haven't seen that, is a very positive group of individuals that do travel around the world and do all sorts of different things. They like to go to countries specifically that maybe the media shows in a negative light, and they go in there and show that the people are just as kind and friendly in those countries too, and are extra giving and supportive and trying to make tourists feel at home and at ease. It's a very positive way of seeing the world, to know that we're all the same no matter where we come from, and we all have struggles and things that we're trying to overcome. But if given the chance, people help people. Well, are there any other questions? If not, I may log off. Keep this live stream a little shorter today. I do have some errands I still need to do, and I have that stamp show video that I want to finish up and edit, so you guys can see that this weekend as well. All right, there's no more coming in. I'm going to say thanks very much for tuning in, and stay tuned for what I have to come. Have a magical week.